Hi everyone, this is Sindri from Czech DC-9 project again, and today I have an issue that I'm very proud of, and I will try to explain you some things how I do them. So as you see now, this is a Arduino Mega with a prototype board, and what I have here is important. These are the fuel quantity gauges. This is the center fuel quantity gauge, which shows about 900 to but it should show about 1,000 pounds, and this is the totalizer, which works perfectly. But as you may mention before, we are trying to do the instruments the job they supposed to do. So what these two gauges are doing, they are measuring, this one is measuring capacitance, and this gauge has closed the ceiling of the warranty, so it was never opened by me. So what I'm trying to do is to learn the instrument to read the values that it naturally reads in the aircraft, and what this instrument does is that it reads capacitance. So you need some variable capacity to show a value of quantity of fuel in the tank. As you can see, it's differ between 860 to 1020. It's, I don't know why. It's just right now maybe the phone is interfacing the instrument, because it's so sensitive that even a touch of hand can it can cause a problem with the readings. Okay, so it should show now 1,000, or maybe I should say 960 to, or 900 to 1,000. Let's say it like that, 920 to 1,020 pounds, which is pretty good for simulator flying. Of course, in a real plane you want to have a more accurate value. But let me tell you about the approach of what we've done, what I've been thinking about, and what I realized today. So if you need a variable capacitance, because in the tanks there are probes, and the more fuel is in the tank, the higher capacity the probe is sending, or it can be measured. So I need to find a way how to how to make a variable capacitance, which is this, I call it a monster thing. This is a variable capacitor from some radio. It was not cheap, but it works pretty well. It is from 15 to 450 picofarad. And you need to move it automatically, so that from the Arduino, which is reading the flight simulator, you send the data into the capacitor. So you need a motor. So you can see here is a very small motor, not larger than my nail of my last finger, and this motor is controlled by the Arduino via the H-bridge, because you need positive and negative current flow. It has its own gearbox here that there are gearing, and is connected direct to the shaft of the capacitor, variable capacitor. And there are two larger gears here, and there is the other thing, that is the pot, which you're reading the value here from the pot and sending back to the Arduino, so that you know the position of the capacitor. And this is pretty, you can just changing anything until you send a new value into the Arduino, because it always returns into position which should be there. So you are reading 1,000 pounds. So that's the basic concept. You have instrument that is reading capacitance of a variable capacitor, which you are moving with a motor that is connected to the Arduino, and also driving a potentiometer that is sensing the the position of the shaft, of the main shaft. So this is what I've done today, and again you see it's about 1,000 pounds. It's varying a little bit, I don't know why, but just it's very sensitive, so you just move your hands around and that's affecting them. So we may need to close all this into a box which will be connected to the ground to make sure any interference from around the simulator will be avoided. But still shows pretty much good, about 1,000 pounds. And now let's start move it about a little bit. So let's say I want to have about 4,400 pounds into the. This is the center. This is the center fuel quantity gauge. So it shows maximum about 6,200 pounds. And let's say I want 4,400 about, plus minus. So you may see the I put the command in, and you see the motor rotates the variable capacitor into new capacity, sensing the value by this, and we increasing the value to about 4,400 pounds, 60, 80, 4,400. It will go there again. It's jumping left, right, sometimes a little bit, but it just needs to be close into some yeah, that is 4,400 plenty. Now let's say I want to have the full scale of this instrument, and this is the value that I've put into let's say COM5 controls the Arduino. I have a command that's CP1. Don't try to understand what is that, and I'll put 402, which I measured before, should be a full scale of about 6,200. As you can see again, it's rotating into its position, and I got 6,100, 6,080. That's about a full scale of that instrument. It's still jumping left, right, a little bit, a little higher, a little lower, but as I said, it's still not everything is covered. And mind that there is 115 volts and 400 hertz powering these two instruments, so that may affect them as well. And let's say I want to return it back into the zero, so I put another command which will return the capacitor back into neutral, and it will count down to 1,000 pounds, I believe. Yeah. It may have some delay as well. I don't know how these instruments are measuring with delay, or what a hypertense is, but you see this is the 1,000 now. Put a 4,400 plus minus, let's say 100 pounds, which is not that much. You see 4,360, and I'll put a full scale about 6,200 pounds. Now it moved into the position, and the instrument starts showing the value that I want to show, a little bit more maybe. But that's basically how the fuel quantity indicators are working, controlled by the Arduino. And a monster thing that I've been created today. It's really big thing. And thank you for watching. Hope to see you next time, any other progress, and goodbye.